39-0, folks. 39-0. That's a big win for the All Blacks. A lot of tries. Made to work for them, but never really looked like conceding any points on their end. Maybe a missed penalty to the Pumas, but yeah, man, pretty convincing from the All Blacks. Like I said, a lot of tries. It's a bonus point, and a pretty good way to kind of resume their Rugby Championship campaign after a pretty good win over the Wallabies a week ago. We'll go over some of the key events, the stats, and you guys can let me know your thoughts on this one as well. Fair few empty seats in the crowd there. The Gold Coast Stadium always has a few. Some people tell me it's kind of a hard place to get to. It's not the most convenient travel location. It's also kind of pretty big rugby league territory, and it's a double header, so maybe we'll see more people go to the Aussie game. Maybe we'll see fewer, I don't know, but either way, there were some empty seats, but there was a crowd there, which is more than I could say from my neck of the woods at the moment where rugby is not even on. It was pretty helter-skelter early. Carl Nukuefa, absolutely, Tuinukuafe covered in blood. Must have taken a pretty deep cut, but he looked perplexed as to what the ref was even on about. The ref was like, you need to get off because you're covered in blood. He just, what? That was very prop-like of Big Carl. Jacobson had the first real chance to set the All Blacks up for a try, and it took like 8 minutes. They had all the attack. He tried kind of a wicked offload, but that one went straight into touch. And you kind of got the feeling like, man, the All Blacks need to do something special to break this Pumas defense. Like, they've had all the attack. You need to get away with some points. And eventually it did come to Rico Ioane on 10 minutes. That one was Beauden Barrett going into a bit of space, and his offload kind of just happening to bounce off Maroney's flailing hand. So it was a bit of luck. It took a little bit of luck for the All Blacks to break down that Pumas defense, but it was all Blacks. The Pumas didn't really fire a shot in that early period, so Rico Ioane pounced on it, 7 points to 0. A few bits of amazing skill. One from Malia to stay in touch when he was fielding a ball, which was like right on the touchline, so he did really well to keep that one in. Geordie Barrett went really close to a try. Amazing bit of aerial skills. He's a big man, managed to almost get the ball down, but he kind of touched it on the dead ball line simultaneously with the try area, so the in goal. So that one was ruled off, but a bit of amazing skill from both guys. The All Blacks were frustrating. They missed a couple of attacking lineouts. Only 2 lineouts they missed in the whole game. I think they were 18 from 20, but they missed a couple, which was, again, and Cordero picked the pocket of one of the All Blacks passes when they were looking for a 2-on-1, so All Blacks generating heaps of chances, just not able to convert. It was really kind of quite frustrating. I'm sure Fozzie was getting frustrated up in the coach's box, so they had all the attacking play, just not able to finish. I wrote a note that the All Blacks are a bit sloppy, but it's also that the Argentinians are in their faces and making life very uncomfortable for them. Eventually, on 23 minutes, the All Blacks had a change in tack. They were like, man, we need to get some points on the board to kind of represent all this pressure that we're putting the Argentinians under. So they did opt for a 3, and that went over to make it 10-0. Prior to that, like as you can see, like why they took that, they'd gone 9 phases and been penalised at the breakdown. Before that, they'd gone 13 phases, and Montoya had won a breakdown penalty. So they just couldn't, like they were attacking and couldn't unlock it. Prior to that, the Pumas had missed one of their shots at goal on like 23 minutes. But that penalty kick from Sanchez was just short. Only chance that the Pumas looked like scoring pretty much the whole game, which is a bit sad, but that's just the way it was. 37 minutes. Reece did show you can beat this Pumas defense with a bit of individual skill. Again, after a bunch of phases, he was pretty close to the line. Just kind of jinked and managed to get his body low enough to go over. They missed the conversion, which was a pretty straightforward one. But 15-0 to the All Blacks. All Blacks got a penalty on halfway right before halftime. Didn't opt for the points. They opted to go for the line-out, and it actually paid off because Matera gets a yellow card for kind of just too many penalties under pressure, the Pumas guys, and they maul it over. Papailiti is the benefactor of that one. So the All Blacks go into the sheds with a 22-0 lead at halftime, and it's been convincing. Man, these stats: 71% possession, 80% territory, 370 run meters to 94. But the Pumas have got 2 clean breaks to the All Blacks 1. So the All Blacks, they've got all this ball, but they're not able to kind of get clean chances. Not really. Reece's one is a big period of pressure where he's just able to kind of sneak over. The Moore one is just pure power. And the Ioane one is kind of a bit of fortunate loose ball just bobbling in the All Blacks direction. But they've been in the right position to create these chances. The Pumas, no ball, and when they do get the ball, they tend to just get the hell out of Dodge, basically, but they're just setting themselves up for more defending. Second half, the All Blacks conceded a couple of scrum penalties, which is a little bit concerning. The scrum did kind of come right as the game went on, but we saw that in the end of the Wallabies game last week as well. The Wallabies front row was putting the All Blacks under a bit of pressure, so it's a slight bit of an area of concern. But then you do get treated to the try of the game, and that's the Jacobson one on 46 minutes. If you haven't seen it, you need to see this try. It's a phenomenal, marvellous, absolute thing of beauty try. Jacobson's the one who finished it, but it starts with Rieko Ioane showing some true pace that he seems to have regathered in the last kind of 6 months or so. Bridge gets his pass, just takes a tackle, really, doesn't do anything stupid. They recycle the ball quickly, they get it to Beauden Barrett, who's been taking the ball to the line pretty well. Like, Beauden's been keeping his head up, looking for space and looking when to pass. One of his best games you will have seen in quite some time. He takes it to the line. He beats about 2 tacklers, and when he's taking the third tackle, he absolutely rips a pass. Chicken wing offload, but the power he gets on the thing is stupidly good. I don't know how he did it, but he did it, and it was phenomenal. It's the best try I've seen in quite some time. I'm an All Blacks fan, so I'm biased, but man, it was a thing of beauty. At that point, it's 29-0. Geordie Barrett's taken the goal kicking at this point for the conversions. Sanchez has to go off on 53, which is unfortunate for the Pumas because he's kind of their out and out 10. They've only got Boffelli who can take over, who's kind of an outside back who can cover when needed. But when you're 29-0 against the All Blacks, that's not the time you want to bring on a part-timer, to be honest. Bridge goes close on 55 in the corner, but there's no conclusive evidence he scored. He may have got it down sliding over. He probably should have passed to Retallick, to be honest. Pumas get a yellow card warning on 63 minutes. Again, it's too many penalties. They TMO Kremer for tackling D-Mac. It's a big man on a little man, but he doesn't get yellow carded for that one, which is kind of fortunate because it's one of those ones where it's like, the dude's big. He maybe could have dipped a bit more, but nothing in it. The ABs on 65 minutes do look to have cracked the Pumas defense with Blackadder going over, but they ping him for a double movement, and that's the TMO who calls that one off, but they go back for a yellow card on Muzio. Again, they've been yellow card warned, and there was a penalty prior, so yellow card. New Zealand get held up on 67, but eventually, as the scrum is coming good, they get some go-forward ball 5 metres out, and Jacobson's able to peel off the back of a scrum and goes over to make it 36-0. So they scored during the yellow card period. Interestingly, right before the end of the game, on 77 minutes, they decided to opt for 3 points to make it 39. Why they didn't want another try? Don't know. Maybe the game's pretty much in the bag. There's nothing to be gained. Maybe they're just a bit knackered and they wanted a breather. The game was long. It was very long. Like on the clock, the ball and play time must be kind of low, or I don't know. The game was very long. It took them a long time to get through everything. Longer than your average game for sure. But like I said, comfortable win for the All Blacks. The Pumas, there's nothing I can tell you that they fired shots on attack. Not really. They had a wee bit of a run right before full time, but ended up knocking it on. The most they went would have been 10 phases in that last period of play at the end, but there was nothing much doing. Possession finishes 62-38, territory 71-29 to the ABs. Run meters 702-186. Interestingly, a lot of kicks from hand, 33-34. All Blacks quite keen to put little dinky kicks through because the Pumas line is just that in your face that you can't really. There was very seldom times when they would beat them in a kind of one-on-one tackle. I mean, Beauden got a few, but most of the time they were getting crunched. Like Jacobson, when he got his try disallowed, had been tackled, and then they shoved him over the line. So the little dinky kicks through were kind of working, and the Pumas just kicking to get out of dodge, like I mentioned. Turnovers conceded 13-9, so 9 is a lot for the Pumas, seeing as they only had 38% of the ball. But yeah, turnovers conceded for the All Blacks. They did blow a few chances, missed a few lineouts, but tackled at 92%, 108 tackles for the All Blacks. The Pumas, 199 tackles. It's a lot of work on defense, man. Bonus point, penalties conceded 18-11. The Pumas conceding 18. It's a lot, man. Didn't help with the game's speed whatsoever. But man, what can you say? You saw some good tries, all from the All Blacks. The game had no tension because it was, again, all the All Blacks, but Fozzie's boys are coming right. What can we say? That's pleasing for us All Blacks fans. But we do want the Pumas next week to hopefully be a wee bit more competitive than this. Also, the All Blacks jerseys seem to be like shrunk. Did they like shrink them in the wash or something? They all seem to size too small on a lot of the guys. It was a bit weird. Maybe it's the new Adidas jersey design. Don't know. Anyway, that's it. 39-0. All Blacks. We're about to watch the Wallabies and the Springboks go at it, so hopefully it's a bit of a closer game. But anyway, we will see. You guys let me know your thoughts on this one. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.